Hey everyone, so have you always wanted to make a Python project but never knew how to get started? Then this video is for you. Be sure to watch till the end and we'll be learning how to make a Python project completely. So let's get started. Now, what most beginners face as a problem is not a lack of creativity, because that's what people think that, hey, maybe I'm not creative enough to make a Python project on my own. The thing is, they're in strange waters. They literally don't know what to do. Like, they don't know where to begin, and everyone just assumes that you're supposed to learn it by trial and error. That doesn't always have to be. So, remember when I tell you that you only need to take care of three things to make sure that you always make an original Python project. First thing is pick something that you want to do. Now, you should be stressed by now, because why do I keep asking you to do something that you want? That's becoming just like any other tutorial, but this is important. What you need to do is you need to take something that you really want to do as a project. You must have interest in that. Otherwise, you won't even feel like a project to you. It'll just feel like homework, and nobody wants to do homework. And the second thing is that Google is your friend. I cannot stress this enough, but programmers became programmers because of the existence of two things, Google and Stack Overflow. I cannot stress this enough. And the third thing is never learn unnecessary stuff. This happens whenever you're going through a project or going to create something on your own. You end up learning stuff that you weren't supposed to. Like, what am I going to do with this? Okay, I needed it, but do I really need it? Unless and until it builds up to something that you have to implement in your program, don't bother learning it just yet while you're creating that project. It'll just diverge you and throw you off track, maybe even depress you, throw you into a delusion that you're not getting anything done, etc. So, first things first. Imagine I want to create a program that controls my mouse. How about that? That sounds like a cool thing, right? My program should be able to control my mouse, and say it should be able to draw a perfect square spiral in Python. Now, as to why I'm so specific as square spiral, you'll see that in a sec. But what I basically want my program to do is go into Paint and draw a square spiral, something like this. Now, this is a really horrible square spiral, but you get the point. This is what I want my program to do. So how do I start? Well, for starters, what you need to do is, I said you have got your idea. That was step one. Now, step two is Google is your friend. So you go there and you search. Now, one of the main things that people do as a mistake is not searching in the proper terminology, because that's important. You need to search not in your own language, but how you think it might be implemented. Say you don't even know what you're doing, so you just want to say, I want to control my mouse, so I'll say mouse control with Python. And you can add module in the search key as well. Why? Because if you don't know what modules are basically just Python libraries. They're pre-written Python code that someone has already created, and it's there for you to use. So it makes your life much more easier. Almost any of the new stuff that you're doing in Python will be done using a module. So it's always better to write that, just in case. So imagine I'm a fresher and I'm seeing this for the first time, and I'm like, okay, people are saying different things. There's multiple websites here, and what you're looking here for is a specific word that says, okay, this is a module. And what will catch your eye is this, PyAuto GUI. This is on the PyPy project, I mean the PyPy website, which is the Python package installer website. So if you go on that, it'll show you that Python Auto GUI is a module, and it's a cross-platform GUI automation Python module. GUI automation is graphical user interface, so it basically allows you to control your mouse, allows you to control your keyboard, etc. So you can just use this pip install PyAuto GUI command or whatever module that you're searching for. It doesn't have to be this. If you don't know how to use that, just go into your command prompt, copy this command and run it. I'm not gonna run it because I already have it installed. Even if I run it, it'll just show requirement already satisfied, so we don't care about that for now. So once you've got the name of a module that you want, like this is my target module now, I wanted to do automation with my mouse, I can do that now. So what I do now is I look up for that modules, I mean not PyAuto GUI's documentation. Now this sounds really dry, and sometimes it is, but going to a module's documentation is crucial. Why? Because that was created by its original creators and it helps you a lot. You just need to, as I said before, the third rule comes into play here. A documentation is massive because the people who have written this have been really, really thorough and they can bore you to death with this. So if you plan on reading entire documentation, be my guest, but please don't. You'll just bore yourself because there's tons and tons and tons of stuff in any documentation. And they say this documentation is still a work in progress. And look at that. So whenever you're in a documentation, just focus on the stuff that you want. Never go for extra stuff. That'll only confuse you even more. So look at here, it just says you can use that module by saying import PyAuto GUI, and then you can say screen width, screen height is this. You can put mouse pointers, something, we don't care. And if you look here, we have an example of creating a square spiral. That's why I said we could create that. So and they show here that this example drags the mouse in a square spiral shape in MS Paint or any graphics drawing program. So what it does is it just says distance is equal to 200. That will be the width of what we're drawing here, and it says while distance is greater than 0, it'll just drag. You don't need to understand this. I mean, it's not basic. I'm just showing you how to go for a module and pick up the stuff that you want for a potential project for you. So let's just skip over this, and it says pip inside, not right installed, so never mind, it's already installed. So I installed it. You guys, if you want to do this, you can install, otherwise I wouldn't recommend it. It's up to you. So what I can now do is say I open up my Python shell and I will import PyAuto GUI. My bad, I forgot to add that PyAuto GUI. And it'll take a moment, and once it's imported, we get those cursor with the 3 brackets again. Now once you've got it imported, it'll sometimes takes a bit of a second here and there. So what now we want to do is we want our program to be able to draw this shape over here. So what we can do is say we can just copy and paste this code, but as soon as I copy and paste this code and I run it, the program will start executing, and since I'm not on the paint screen, I won't be getting that shape. So what I will do here is I will just create a small program. Hold on, not this. Let's just create a new program, and I'll create in this, say import PyAuto GUI, and I'll also import a library that comes pre-installed with Python time, and I'll ask it to sleep for 5 seconds. This will give me enough time. I'll tell you later on. And then what we need to do is we'll do copy paste. Yay, this is a programmer's lifesaver tool, copy paste. So I'll give distance 200, and I'll say, well, distance is greater than 0, time.sleep. Yeah, you get the point. I'll just save this file as something on my desktop. How about that? Something. So I have a file here with the code I so much disregardedly copied from their documentation, and I'm gonna hope it works. So what I will do is, what's happening in this code is, this is their logic. I don't care what it does for now, and I say time.sleep 5. Now why I gave this is because it gives me enough time to, when this program runs, bring my cursor into focus on this so that it actually draws something other than just, mindlessly roaming here and there and not ending up drawing anything. So that's too much talk. Let's start drawing. So if I run this now, okay, I have 5 seconds now. I'll just click here and I'll wait, and the program takes over. Now, of course, this is not me drawing because I can't. No, I don't think any human will be able to draw this perfectly with the pencil tool. It's not even using the line tool. I mean, look at that. That's beauty. Yeah, should I stop this or should we just let it continue? No, I'm gonna stop this because I'm evil. Hold on. How do I stop this though? Yeah, I need to come here and I need to hold on. Yeah, I had to hit a keyboard interrupt, so because it was going way too slow for me. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm just gonna remove the duration from here. Now if you again look in the documentation, it will show you that the duration here is just meant to show how much time it's supposed to take to complete that. So if I remove all of it, it will go in an instant, making things a lot more easier for us. So let me just come here and remove all of this. And if I come here and if I run this program again, okay, it waits for 5 seconds. I bring my cursor here and I'm ready, and it should start drawing instantly now. See, much better. So this is how it goes. This was just a basic example of using a Python module that we searched up ourselves online, and we read up its documentation and everything. So this is what you basically do every time you want to create a new project on your own. You go online, you look up things that are helpful to you, you find them, you install them, you read up on their documentations, and you follow up. A good thing to keep in mind is all of this starts with an idea. You need to have a base idea that guides you for all of this. And that pretty much sums it up, I guess. So maybe I'll make a project video on this, about this someday, using the PyAuto GUI tutorial. Well, let's hope I do. So if you want to find out if I did, please be sure to subscribe and stay tuned for every other update.